All right, everybody, welcome to our weekly podcast, The Options Traders. Um, Before we begin, I just want to announce that we've upgraded one of our members to an admin, um, Tiger Bomb. uh, he'll be um, he'll be joining us starting tomorrow. He's going to start calling his plays out under the moderator option. We're making him a moderator at the moment. Um, we're gonna keep the admins and newer admins as moderators for the time being. Frankie got upgraded to admin, so he has his own channel now. So pretty much all the moderators are gonna be calling their own shots in the moderators channel just for the time being. All right. So this week we're just gonna pretty much do a Q&A with our admins. I'm gonna shoot them out a question, and they'll give us the answers. It's all pretty much stock related, so go figure.
Nice.
Um, we'll start off with Jason. So Jason's pretty much our will strategy guy. He's likes doing all his crazy little iron condors and whatnot. Um, so my question to you is, as a new trader, what do you prefer them to start off with?
I would say if you're starting off, especially with a smaller portfolio, I would suggest credit spreads. I think you can sell credit spreads out of the money far enough where your probability is very high. I mean, you can go out to a 15-20 delta, which will give you an 80% probability of success. Um, you can take low risk trades. I mean, you can risk $100, $200, $250, whatever matches your account size. Collect that premium and just let theta do its work. The nice thing about credit spreads out of the money is you don't really have to be right? So if you're in SPY and you do a SPY, say 425, 420 credit spread, SPY can go from 445 to 430, can drop 10% or 8%, and you're still in the money. You still made that credit. So I think it gives you a good downside protection. It gives you a good probability of success. You're not going to hit any home runs, but it's going to build that small account very slowly. I think if you're starting out, I think that's a great way to get started. Even if you're on the buy side, I think buying debit spreads is a great way to start with lower capital, just because you can get into some of the bigger names with less money. So that's what I would do if I were starting out.
So is there a specific strategy that makes more profit than others?
Well, the wheel strategy is going to make generally more dollars profit, but your credit spreads are going to make you more percentage profit. So if you've got a smaller account and you're just looking at percentage, I mean, you should really only look at percentage anyway. I mean, dollars are all based on account size, right?
That's what we preach. Look at the percentage,
Yeah.
not the dollar
So
amount.
you want to make a return on your money. Whatever your money is, you want to make a return on it. And the better return you can make on your money, the more successful you'll be. So I think the credit spreads give you a better return on your money, with a better probability of success.
Cool. Juan, so you're pretty much our scalper. What do you say is your toughest obstacle in being a scalper rather than being um a long-term option holder?
I hate having an open play overnight. I really do. Like I mean, and this market environment really kind of doubled up on that fact, just because everything, I mean, since late November, everything's been gapping up and gapping down to some extremes. And so like I was already in my head, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna treat this seriously or like a business, I want it to be I want it to be consistent, right? So I became or when I started trading, I took the day trading route, and I'm like, okay, I just like the day trade. I like to secure whatever gains or close out whatever losing positions I have before the end of the day, call it a day, move on to my next trade. And so once the market environment kind of got volatile, when we started getting that distribution period in November, it way more than like, kind of like reinstated that, within me. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, there's no way I can, like, unless you're guessing, like there is no way for me to know, like, because I mean, news would pop out overnight and the SPY would be down $5-6 and it would bring everything down with it. I mean, it doesn't matter what sector you were in. I mean, you were, now we're seeing certain sectors pick up strength and kind of separate themselves from the indexes, like, healthcare and commodities are really, they're showing relative strength. But I don't like the fact that that I can't be like, I can have profit on the table and then the next day it'll gap down and all my profits wiped. Like, I don't like the fact that that'll happen. So that's definitely, like, I just want to be able to close out my position, sleep all that night, and have a plan for my new position in the morning.
I never sleep.
We all know that.
Another question for you. Is there a specific stock you like playing as a scalper?
Yes, pretty much all blue chips. They have liquidity. They move big enough to where you can get your percentage gains within the day, and you don't have to. I mean, the biggest thing there is liquidity for me. I want to find, I want to find a buyer or a seller for the contract that I have. And so typically when you're starting off, that's not going to be a big issue. But if you're going in with, if you're going to start doing, 50, 60 contracts, I mean, you want to be in things like AMD or Apple or Microsoft, something that's being, traded pretty much on the day. And the general consensus, especially for bigger options traders, from what I've seen, is you want to have about, for the amount of contracts you have, you want to have about 20 to 30 times the amount of volume in contracts being traded for that specific strike price or option, whatever it is that you're looking at.
Cool. We go to Kelly. So we all know you're a mom once again to a newborn. Talk about what it's like trying to, trade and be pretty much like a parent at the same damn time, pretty much. And what do you suggest for people in your shoes as well? Do you prefer day trading, swingers, or leaps? Talk about what you do.
Well, I don't discriminate as far as trades go. I like swing trading. I don't mind holding something overnight if I know it's going to be a big move or even a little move. Like recently I had Kroger. I held Kroger overnight. I bought $60 a pop, and then it popped overnight. I didn't expect it. It was 180. I got out for each of them that I picked up, and that was just, I think that's partly pure luck and partly just big news. But I don't mind holding anything overnight. I've held leaps. I've held swinging. I've done scalping. I've done day trading. It's I don't discriminate. I personally, I found recently the strat method to be pretty awesome. Strat and pivot points, and that's kind of like I use those as my target. But no discrimination on that part. As far as being a mom, being a parent, it's tough in just general. Plus I work full time. So this is a side gig. I hope to make a full-time gig one day. But, I think just finding the right balance, having a partner who can help you and having someone in your corner, because, if you don't have somebody who trusts what you're doing, because, some people could see what we're doing is gambling, which it kind of is, but
Sure.
Anyway, but just having your ducks in a row, being a mom is tough. It's tough in this world. I mean, and being a dad too. I mean, there's quite a few dads on the admin team. So, having a partner who understands, having good care, just being there for your kids too. Honestly, listening to your kids. Your kids are smarter than people think. At
Yeah,
least my daughter is. Anyway,
tell me
but
about it.
yeah, I know. I don't know.
Um,
I'm just a normal mom like anybody else. I'm just kind of going through the motions of things, and whatever pops up really.
so for the strat play, you mentioned the strat plays. Do you what's your percentage on that at the moment? Have you been keeping track of like which plays you've played as a strat?
Uh, I'm gonna admit, I'm terrible at keeping track. I know I preach it, but I'm terrible at it. But
Rough estimate, rough.
I would probably say, I'd probably say like 75, 80% win rate with the strat.
I
There's been a couple real misses I've had that are like,
Yeah.
whoa, just didn't work out at all. But it's a pretty solid, price action.
that's where I was thinking
strategy.
you were about 70 to 80%. 'Cause
Yeah.
every time you tell us, you call out a play and
Mhm,
then exit it, you're always saying that was according to the strat.
mhm.
I know you like the strat full-time continuity, so
Full-time, yep, full-time frame continuity is a really, that's what Kroger was. That's what, what was another one I played recently? Oh my God, was it? Oh man, I forgot. It was an oil one, I forgot. But everything was, full-time frame continuity. And in terms of the time frame you're playing, I play off the 15-minute time frame. So if I have full-time frame continuity up until a day, that's great for me. If I'm looking to hold longer, I'm going to look out longer. I could go out up to a year, but that's how I look at it. And there's a special indicator I use too on TradingView that goes with Sarah Strat Sniper, because she's kind of like one of the big strat users out there. And it shows like where 50% is and where like your entry is and where your exit is. So I kind of go off of that. And if I still think it has momentum, I'll follow pivot points after that. But it's been pretty successful if I stick to it. Now, I'm just like some other people here, I'm sure, that get a little FOMO-ish or like, I can get just a little bit more. But I found if I do that, I get in a little bit of trouble.
I
But
love me the
it's-
pivot points.
the pivot points are great. It's just a nice, they're nice little step ups. And it gets scary though, when you hit the all-time highs and then you realize there's no pivot points after that. You kind of just have to, I don't know. It's just sort of balls up in the air after that. But it's been fun using it, and it's very easy to follow. It's literally just look at 3 or 4 different candles and that's it.
Yeah, you
But-
and Bullseye are gonna be our strat masters. You're gonna
Bullseye has shared with me that it's been really successful for him to,
yeah, for him, yeah, absolutely. So I
It's
hope
been-
to one day just you guys can actually do a class on it.
yeah.
Show us what you guys look at and entry exit strategies for that. That'll be great.
Mhm, mhm,
I'll
absolutely.
I'll get with Bullseye on that. We'll get a class
Mhm.
going. V. So I'm looking at your call outs and I noticed you're pretty much like all over the place as far as sectors. Um, is there a specific sector you look at, or are you just going with the flow of the market? So just tell us how you scan or what you look for when you make your call outs.
So I have a watch list about about 140 stocks on my watch list, and I try to do the homework after the market close. So I go through all my watch list, and then I just say about like 7 to 8 stock on my daily watch list that I'll be watching. So I scan my whole watch list. I'm not looking at particular sector, but I'm just going through my all watch list, and then I'll just have a couple of them. Especially on the weekend, I spend more time just in the evening just scanning whole watch list, and then for the week, if I find like 10 to 15 stock, then I will try to watch those 10 to 15 stock throughout the week. And then on every night, I'll just see how it did. And then if it meets my all criteria or indicator, then I'll get into a trade next morning. Buying some times about at least 2 weeks of 2 weeks to a month's time. But the indicator all has to line up. The one that indicator I use, it has to line up perfectly. And that's what I look for most of the time.
Do you have a certain percentage you like to exit at, or
Right now, because of the current situation, if I have a multiple, just say if I have like a 5 contract, I will get out in 20% and then I'll scale out in that way, 20%, 30%, 50%. And if I have last one, I'll let it go to 100% if I can.
cool, man? Yeah, you've been hitting them lately. We've all been hitting it lately.
Yeah, I think
Um,
everyone has.
So I think this week, I know Jason pointed out this morning, and I actually went and looked at the economic calendar, and this week is loaded. I mean, bloated.
It's brutal. It's a brutal
Yeah.
week.
So everyone's, I mean, even on Instagram and Twitter, if you just look around, everyone's saying this is going to be a bad week. So
Mhm.
prepare for red.
Yeah,
You never know, though. I mean, we've had weeks where it's
I
like,
know.
That's why I'm a
prepare
little
for red, and then
cautious. Yes.
stuff goes off.
I'm
It's like,
cautious
Yeah.
myself. I'm just gonna play what it gives me, honestly. And I think we're gonna get a bunch of chop starting in the morning, and I mean it's gonna be a wild week. So
Mondays are usually pretty wild anyway. I think everybody's amped for the week. Everybody's
Mm.
ready to go at 9:30, and then it's sort of fizzles out, usually around before lunchtime, and everybody sort of like, all right, we're settling into the week. It's also a short week too, because of
Yeah,
Friday.
short
So
week.
yeah, Friday
Mm.
we're off. So Tiger Bomb's our new moderator. I just wanted to see if you can give us a little intro to yourself and what you do as a trader. Um, anything.
Hey, I hold a lot of equity. Yeah, I play a lot of equity plays, but when I do play options on those equities, you know, and yeah, I pull out, you notice I pull out about at least 18-20%
Right.
when I do. When you sit there and try to get a little more, you end up getting a little less. So that's the way I play. I look a lot. Yeah, again, I do look at what Juan does. Look at blue chips um, and also look at revolving sectors based on where the money is flowing.
Right.
But I do look at a lot of RSI and money movement basically within that stock. Once it trends down below 50%, I usually cut and just or just ease out of it. When I do like 20 contracts, I ease out a lot more, like 15, and then leave 5, and then just ease out some more than that. But again, I mean, if you're up, then uh, yeah, best way to keep that money is like to take out when you see weakness in the trend. Um, that's about how I trade.
Awesome, man. Well, I've had my eye on you for a while now. I think it's probably dating back to early March where I've wanted you to, jump on board with us because we have a member call out channel where we let, members, call out their own plays that they take. And I've taken plenty of Tiger Bombs trades. Um, so I've been wanting to put him on the admin team for quite some time, and then I think like a week or two before, Jason was like, "Hey, man,
Yeah,
that Tiger Bomb guy,
he's ready.
well, yeah, he's ready." I was like, "It's in the works already, man. We're gonna lock him in."
Yep.
So yeah, Tiger's been busy with work. He also has a day job as well, and he had a big project that he needed to get done. and he pretty much got done with it. So he starts tomorrow, man. I'm excited.
Awesome. Yeah,
It's gonna
glad
be
to have you
a
aboard, man.
it's gonna be a shitty ass week for it, but I'm pretty sure you'll get it right.
It's always
He'll,
good to have
yeah.
fresh blood on the team, fresh look at things and.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Yeah, work has been crazy, especially in healthcare. So, yeah, the project's done, so I'm ready to go.
Mhm.
Awesome, man.
Are you a desk job or are you out in the field?
Data scientist.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you love data, you love looking at charts.
Oh yeah, all day.
Even better for the team, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, I'm not really looking at much, honestly, after Jason broke my heart this morning. I think I might play the shit out of AbbVie again. I think AbbVie still has room to go. I think I have a target about 180 for them. So I'm probably gonna be in and out of ABBV nonstop. Hopefully healthcare can continue. And I think Juan mentioned uranium. I think uranium's gonna probably go metals. So we just gotta watch what the sectors are giving us. But that's what I'm looking at this week. And
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are looking at.
Value. I'm looking at all value this week. I mean, my watch list is Kraft Heinz, Campbell
Oh,
Soup.
I think Walmart still might be going too. I don't think Walmart's
Walmart's a good
stopping.
one. Walmart's a little out of my league as far as price goes.
Still holding
That's-
some.
I mean, we got, earnings this week for a bunch of financials, so
Oh
Banks,
yeah,
yeah.
financials
Yeah.
this week.
just gotta watch your IV if you play that though, obviously. But,
Yeah.
usually financials, premium's not too bad typically on some of them, so I wouldn't mind going out, taking a
They-
leap on those.
They usually do good right before earnings too.
Mhm.
They don't go crazy, but
Because they all, I think they all know, they're all reporting at the same
Right.
time, so you can't really take advantage of a sympathy play, unfortunately, with that. But, I think banks are usually just a solid play, I think, in general.
V, you looking at
Healthcare,
anything?
I was looking at the financial and also I looked at the housing market. I know probably Jason would have a better idea, but KBX looks really good on the chart. I have eye on that. Yeah, mostly the banks, I would say.
Cool. Juan, you? Nothing? Scalping?
Yeah, just whatever, whatever's moving fast,
Yeah,
I'll be in it.
I think tomorrow, I mean, you just gotta wait to see the first half hour to see what the market gives us. That's what I tend to do anyway. I wait until it actually stabilizes because first 15, 30 minutes of the market is always the most volatile. So
Yeah.
just don't get freaked out. Don't freak out. Let the market do its thing. Let it shake out the week and we'll play after. Don't rush into anything. So let's be smart about this week. If the plays are low, the plays are low. I'd rather keep my money in my pocket than put it
Right.
out there. And just because members want to see plays, it ain't gonna happen. Especially if it's choppy. I mean, it can go either way. So usually members tend to like, if the market's going red, they're like, why aren't we playing puts? Well, maybe as soon as you put a put in, market's
Goes
gonna
all that
turn
direction.
reverse.
Yeah.
also,
You know what I
you gotta
mean?
look at IV on those puts as well, and,
So
you're better off just not taking anything.
I
We're
mean,
not
on
here for,
Fri-
we're not here for entertainment to just make a play.
right.
We're not just gonna make a play to make a play.
On Friday, we were looking at the market watch and I see the health sector was pretty strong. Financial was getting more green and, energy was more green. So we just watch on those close on Friday and then see what Monday brings and then go from there.
Yep. All right. I think we can end this right here. See you guys
Sounds
tomorrow
good.
morning. Be good. Be safe.
See you in the
Yep.
morning.
Great night.
Later.
Yep.